tell me why my cat does this specific thing, it would help me greatly. She is very demanding and wanting attention. Nothing wrong with that. I can give it to her. But if I don't give her a lot, like constant, persistent petting, constantly, she'll paw at my hand, which the previous owner had her front paws declawed. So that's not the deal. But she'll paw at my hand, she'll rub her head in my hand, and this whole time I'm still petting her. It's just not enough for her. And then like just now, she wrapped her paw around my hand and she bit the back of my hand. And I'm like, don't do it. And she stopped. And then she backed off and was just kind of looking at me. So I turned around to start this video. And in my peripheral vision, I seen her head, like she jumped off of her front paws and she took a dive on my shoulder and bit me. She's done that twice. The last time I was in bed, she was laying by my hair. She tends to want to pull my hair, bite it and pull it. Well, the last time she tried, and I'm like, don't do it, don't do it. And then she hauled off and bit me on that shoulder. Actually, the same shoulder. And I'm like, okay, is that aggressive or what? I mean, it's not a love bite either. It's hard. And the last time she bit me, I almost said gashed. She cut me where it was a thin cut, of course. It was like a surface scratch. Enough to, blood to just barely seep out and form a scab. But I need to know why she does that. Now, I will say that somebody before me, of course, had traumatized her. She doesn't like her head touched, and which I don't push that on her. But when you go and you slowly approach her and you want to like pet her head, she'll let you, but you have to do it slow. If you move fast toward her, she'll duck like you're going to smack her upside the head. So I try not to move fast toward her. She was a street cat for a long time, up until about maybe 3 years ago. I got her not even 6 months ago. So somebody has traumatized her. But I don't know why, if you don't pet her enough, she gets aggressive. That kind of doesn't make sense. But I'm tired of getting bit. I'm really tired of getting bit. So yeah, I just got home and had to pay a couple bills, and that's a start to my day right there. I was pretty stressed today at work this morning. I was good. And then a couple of calls came in that were a little different and didn't know what to do. And that came like after lunch. So I kind of got irritated with myself. Like, it's been 5 weeks now. It's time to grasp all this crap. But if I never took this similar call, I'm not going to know what to do. Today, I think I had 3 of them. And so that kind of was a letdown because I'm so ready to take over my position. Oh, and then this caller calls in and gives me kind of like mixed information. And then I'm like, okay, so let me get this right. This happened, this happened. And he's like, no, that's incorrect. So I backed out all of that, had to type everything back in. And I'm like, so there was no damages done to this? And he's like, no. And then he goes back to square one, repeats himself. This happened like 4 times. And I typed everything that he said, and he said it was not right. So I almost started bawling. I told my trainer, you're going to have to take over because I'm about to have a breakdown. And then my trainer said I had everything typed up right. It was the caller that was wrong. The caller was giving a specific word, a completely different word. It was a descriptive word. I can't say a lot because it's where I work. For instance, in saying, instead of saying Christmas, he would say Halloween. Let's just say it that way. And I'd be like, oh, okay, so it was Christmas. No. So this happened, then it was Halloween, then it was Christmas. And the next time he'd reverse it. And I'm like, what is going on? Am I not grasping this? It was very complicated. But my trainer did say I had everything right. It was him, because he listens in on the call. So that made me feel a little bit better, kind of. But from that point forward, I was really stressed out. really bad stressed out. I feel like I'm never going to get it. But of course, the other girl that got hired the same day, she's in the same boat as I am. She's not ahead of me. She's not, well, she might be behind, but I'm not sure. So I ordered my keto recipe book today. I will be starting to do recipes out of that book because I'm just not creative when it comes to food. I went to chef school too for pastry chef, and I don't know if even when I finished that, if I worked where I was, it was going to go to like a Disney resort, but not the Disney. It was like a community or something like that, and the pastry chef would go there. So I haven't had a visit still. I do have a feeling that I'm going places. Don't know what those places are. I feel like last night I went to war again, and the reason why I say that is because I slept all night, slept pretty good, but I've been tired all day, really tired. And I feel like the universe spoke to me today. This morning when I got there, I got a monster because I'm tired of carrying a small coffee pitcher and my cup of water. And then I carry my purse, my backpack with my computer in it, and I had to put my coffee cup in that. So it's a handful in both hands leaving and the same coming back. And it's very difficult. After lunch, when I came back, I still was so tired. And I'm thinking, I don't need a second can. I really don't, but I'm tired. And so I went to get one, and they were out. I'm like, okay, I hear you. I've noticed that that's been happening a lot to me. It's like the universe is listening, or my guides, or both. And the thing that I'm wanting to get, nope, it's gone. Like I wanted to do the carnivore diet. Well, it impacted me extremely bad. And I'm sure that was the universe saying, no, you're not supposed to do the meat. You're supposed to do the vegetables. What nourishes your body, gives you the vitamins and such. And stop eating the meat that's giving you negative hormones from the trauma they go through when they are unalived and you have to give their meat. And here a lot lately, every time I eat meat, I feel bad. I feel so bad. And I think of that every time. So I've got to stop. I will keep eating fish and shrimp, seafood off and on, and maybe eventually cut that out and just be strictly vegetarian. But I will tell you, I've been talking to my guides and star family in my head for a couple of days and saying, why have you abandoned me? I know they haven't, but in a way, in my view, they have, because I haven't seen them. And that gave me such peace, and I felt completed. I felt happy. I feel like I was excited to just see them, and it just gave me something to hope for every day. And it's been a while, and it's bothering me. And I feel like I'm emotionally going down. I do feel abandoned, but like I said, I do know that they're always around. They're always there. I do know this. I want to add, I think it was yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Now, I'm going to say this. I was on my porcelain throne yet again. And I will say, you know how you get the soft toilet tissue, not the hard, rough kind? Because when you pull the toilet tissue off of the roll, it'll make like dust, little dust particles flinging up. And I say that often. I will kind of like wait for all that to settle, or I'll wave things away, or I'll look higher or lower or whatever, just to cancel out the dust particles and determine which is orbs, which is the dust particles. And I've been seeing orbs for quite a while now, and I can kind of almost just say, no, that's dust, that's an orb. But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I'm on the porcelain throne, and I do the paperwork, and as I completed that task, I was still kind of sitting there, and I'm looking up. I'm not even kidding. There had to have been at least 100 orbs, if not more, and they were coming really close to me, like they were going to hit my eye, coming at me. And I looked at a distance toward my bedroom, and it was dark. My bedroom is dark. And for those of you who don't know, my bathroom is connected to my bedroom, and I hope that got on there. And then my bathroom is also connected to the kitchen, so there's 2 doorways. And on the porcelain throne, if you're looking straight ahead, that's my bedroom. And so I stood up, and I'm sitting there thinking, that's a lot of orbs. I think it's the most I've ever seen. I stood up and, pulled my pants up, etc. And I'm just standing there. And I have noticed that I do this specific thing with my eyes, sometimes not on purpose, but when I want to, I can do it on purpose. I've never done it up until I started seeing the orbs. Then I started realizing what my eyes were doing, so now I can do it. So I stood up, was looking toward my bedroom, and I could see all these orbs. They're just flying in all directions, and not in a whirlwind kind of thing, but I'm looking in the bedroom too, and I can see them in the bedroom. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm thanking them in love and gratitude for showing themselves to me, but still not allowing them to take my energy or give me their energy. If it was a positive exchange of high vibrational energy and light, then I would welcome it. But since I'm unsure of who's what, I usually don't. Every now and then I will toss out there, if you're of high vibration, love and light, then I'm willing to swap with you if you're willing to swap. I don't know if that's an everyday act or not. I don't know. But I was sitting there thinking, this is so beautiful. It is beautiful. And I stood there for a while just admiring Mouse's previous owner, the one who gave her to me, came over to see Mouse. And so I'm like, okay, I can't stand here. I have to get ready and watch for her. But it was beautiful. And I'll explain what my eyes do. I've talked about it before. And the more time goes on, I realize that this is what happened. You know how you'll kind of look off in space, they call it daydreaming, and you kind of go in la la land, and your eyes get bigger and bigger, and you're just staring. I always knew that there was something to that. There's a reason why we do that. And I tested that. So it got where I would try to stay in it as long as possible. And then I would try to force myself to go into it. In my gut and in my heart, something just said, you're supposed to do this. That's why it feels good when you do it. Because when you're disturbed, or somebody is like, earth to blah, blah, and you come out and you're like, man, I wish I could have stayed there longer, because it feels like it does your head good, because it does. Well, that is when I started seeing the orbs with my eyes. Before that, I was seeing them in the videos. So I kind of started putting 2 and 2 together and was thinking, I wonder if that's what got me to see these orbs, was, practicing that. And so when my eyes did that thing, I recognized it immediately. So now, if I want to see them, I'll tell them, I would like to see you. Sometimes they don't appear like that. Sometimes it takes a few seconds for them to come. Because sometimes when I look for them, I don't see them. And I kind of slightly go in panic mode, thinking, oh no, they abandoned me too. That's my first thought, But I wait, or I'll leave and come back and try it again, and they're there. And so that's how that works for me. I still try to, when I go in La La Land, I try to stay there as long as I can, try to force that. It's like I can't explain it, but if you go in La La Land, you know what I'm talking about. I also wanted to say the other day on my last video, and I forgot. So I'm seeing so much energy lately. I know I'm seeing forms move when I'm on the porcelain throne looking in my bedroom, because I see a lot better with a black background. But by saying that, I see things good in the light also. So I don't know why I say that. And that just came through my head. So apparently they told me that, well, you see things in the light too. But I was in the bathroom again one day, looking in the bedroom, and I thought I saw a form move, and it was big. And the reason why I say that is because I saw energy on a solid length, not like an orb, but it was like energy in a solid form, and it looked like it was moving. And I could have swore it came in the bathroom too. And I had no fear. I wasn't scared of it, but I was just thinking, you know, who's this? And I didn't hear anything, you know. And then I don't know if it was the same instance later that day or whatever, but I happened to look down on the floor, and I don't know why I did, but I have a black table that I put my towels on in there, and all of it's black. And so I looked down by the leg, and I'm like, oh, that's new. It was like a stream of energy swirling around that leg, and it was like a river flowing of energy. And I was sitting there in awe because I haven't seen that, and I'm just sitting there watching it as long as I could. That was so amazing. I'm like, what am I going to see next? Bring it on. I'm ready. Let's go, you know. I got chills just saying all that. It's crazy how this stuff is happening with me. These things, this stuff, all of that. Tomorrow I can go grocery shopping, and I plan on starting my keto diet tomorrow. I was going to today, but I got a sandwich for lunch. I only ate half of it. I didn't want to go grocery shopping and leave it in the car to ruin, so I just came home. I have food to eat tonight and stuff. But I have one more day of English muffin. I know it's a minor thing, but I hate wasting food. So I thought, well, I would eat that in the morning and then start after work. So I probably won't do a video tomorrow because I have to do all that. So I have said a lot in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did, because I would like to hear that. So I love you guys tremendously, very, very much. And I'm going to send you love, light, and peace. Bye.